right. Hey, Drew, how you doing? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Oh,
We're live.
I can't.
We are live. Can you hear me? Oh no, you
Yes,
can.
yes, I can.
Okay. All right. Perfect. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, Ludo?
I'm doing fantastically well. All right. So this is a very special campfire. We're gonna answer all your questions. I'm with Drew, uh, top Nucamp advisor and chatter
Oh,
online, and soon
oof.
to be ambassador as well. Uh, and you thought about putting on your sweatshirt. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's even warm, so
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
gotta rep the
Yeah, so this is a
customer.
very special time. We don't have a special guest. The guest is you. And if you're listening to us right now, you're probably joining us either on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook. And you can chat with us, Drew and I. Just type in, the chat window wherever you are listening from. Even if you're on your cell phone, you can do that. So ask any questions you may have, and we'll be there to answer you. Simple as that.
Mhm.
So, and while we wait for folks to join, we have a big news. We have big stuff coming up. Actually, some of it we've already announced. But I thought I would share with the audience what we have just made possible. And so let me actually bring my screen here. There we go. So for a while, Drew, and you were the ones really kind of hearing that every day. Students really interested in joining us, but then they have a conversation with you guys, and they're like, "Hey, is there another time slot for the workshops?"
Yeah, and
Because
we
right
always have to
now,
say no, unfortunately.
yeah, that's right, right. And so for a long time, it had to be like no other way. It had to be Saturdays, Saturday morning, and for some, it's just inconvenient because they work. For some other, it's just it's based on religion. They can't really work on Saturday or do anything on Saturday, and so they had to. If they had to pass, they were like, "Hey, would really love to join Nucamp, but unfortunately, I can't do the Saturday workshops." And it's a big part of what we do, and it's super important really for students to be there. So not being able to do the Saturday workshops was kind of a bummer. And we were, I mean, Drew, what was your answer when you had that type of feedback? Um,
Well,
sorry, not sorry, but
like
yeah,
prior to you and the rest of the team working on it and pulling all the strings, we had to tell them unfortunately it's just Saturdays you get to choose, from three different time zones, but now when they ask it's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, we have Sundays and Saturdays, and same thing. You could still
that's
choose
right.
between, whichever time zones that pop up when you register for the bootcamp.
So let me show folks how it looks like. So uh, first thing, let me actually start in private. It's even better. So first thing that we ask you to do is to pick your community. And so I'm in Bellevue, Washington, so I'm just going to pick Bellevue, Washington here. There I am. And that's really where you're going to be able to pick your community. It's important because you're going to be grouped with folks from that community. So if I register for March 27th, um, we're going to actually group you with students and potentially even an instructor from Washington. Uh, and so you're going to go there, you're going to do that, you're going to log in. So let me actually log in here. Not this. Oh, yeah. So let me not do it this way. Let me switch over now to this because I'm already logged in. And what's going to happen is you're going to have an option. You're going to have actually not just one, but 6 different options on Saturdays and Sundays. So you can select, do you want to join the workshops on Pacific time? Maybe I want to wake up early and have the full day for myself. So I'm going to join at 6 a.m., which will be 9 a.m. Eastern time. Or I want to do it on Sundays. And so that's also possible now. So that's a big deal for us to be able to offer that time slot and that day in particular to everyone out there. So that's one thing. And one thing, something else as well that we want to announce, and it's going to be announced. Actually, we did it this week. It's starting in June or July. We're going to have, let me pick actually the full stack one. We're going to have an additional day. And actually, this one is based on Asia. So if you're in Asia, you're going to be able to join on Saturday or Sunday, 9 a.m. But that means for me, Washington State, I get to choose also Friday workshops at 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon or 4 p.m. here on Saturdays. So two additional options for me starting pretty much this summer. All right, so I see we have more people joining. Hello, everyone. Say hi in the chat. This is Drew and I answering any question you may have. And so, yeah, we're just here.
Please have questions. Please have questions.
Although I would just have a chat. Oh, hey, we have Justice here. Hello,
Hey,
Justice. How you doing? All right. Hey, there we go.
AC.
Those names ring a bell to you, Drew? Like, have you had a chat with them
Not
online?
recently, no.
Maybe no, not yet. Hey, Curtis
Hey,
from the
Curtis.
UK. That's pretty cool. I think you guys are 7 hours ahead of us, like 9 p.m. right now for you.
AC.
Okay,
How's it going?
Casey, great to see you. So, what have you been up to, Drew?
Just the usual stuff. Just answering questions. Taking in all the changes, and yeah, just changing a lot of the stuff that I say, because now I don't have to say or turn people down like, oh,
Yeah,
can't you can, if you cannot attend on Saturdays, then um that's the only thing we offer now. Now we offer Sunday, and then come summertime we're also gonna offer Friday. So
that's gonna be awesome. Justice is here. Excited to learn more. Looking forward. So, are you a student right now, Justice? Are you already in our boot camps? We'd love to know. First question from Nathan.
ooh, you got that one, Ludo?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah. What is the minimum sort of portfolio item you would recommend before starting out applying for backend Python jobs? I think you want to show up a really well structured database, and you want to show how you've built. I would say, well, let me actually. It depends on the type of backend Python jobs you want to have. You want to have backend Python that's purely your ops, like DevOps, maybe very heavy SQL. If you're going after those, you're going to really want to have a very robust SQL database schema. You're going to want to show how that database is deployed on the cloud, in the cloud. Um, if you're more from a development standpoint, you're definitely going to want to show REST APIs, like still super well structured SQL database. And then how do you access that database? What sort of APIs have you built on top? What are the routes? What are the schema constraints? Uh, it's always good, even for a backend position, to have some sort of UI, because otherwise it's pretty hard to show it, right? You can record a video, and that's part of our bootcamp. We invite you to do that when you apply for the honor certificate, recording a video of your work so that it still has that UI, that visual appeal, and it's not just back-end obscure code. So yeah, you really want to show SQL, REST API, cloud deployment, CI/CD, continuous improvement, continuous development. If you can showcase that, that's great.
Oh, okay.
All right, we have Larry from Napa.
Hey, Larry.
All right, Justice is deciding which one. All right, well, let us know if we can help. Ask your questions on what would make you decide one versus the other. You have problems with your headset?
Yeah, every
Can you
time
hear
I
me?
talk, the speak to chat goes on, so I can't hear you anymore. But I don't
No.
want to. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You good? All right.
Yeah.
Esteban is asking, any plans in adding more exercises to each week? For example, giving us an assignment to do on our own from what we just learned after each video. You want to try that one? I have some ideas, but you want to take that one?
Um, I'm pretty sure that we do plan on adding more exercises to each week, but there are other things that are, being pieced together. Um, but you're more than welcome to reach out to your instructors. You can even reach out to other students in the Discord, and they'll be more than happy to share a lot of other resources that pertain to the current concept or the part of the curriculum that you're on.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say to that, we typically have additional resources at the end of each module. But and we have additional exercises, I mean, we have tons of exercises each week. But I would say if you're looking for more, the big thing that we ask students to do is to work on their project. So the assignment to do on your own from what you just learned after each video, that's your project. That's taking what you just learned and applying it not just to the learning project that everybody does, but to your own project. And you'll see in every week we ask you, hey, did you work on your project? Did you create a wireframe? Did you meet with classmates on your project? That's it. That's for you. That's the exercises that you can do each week. And because it's your own project, it's going to be, it could be like an hour on it, or it could be 10 hours on it, depending on how far you want to go. Hi, we have a question from Leona. Leona from Florida. I'm interested in the fundamentals course. Single mom working a full-time job. Do people struggle with course when walking?
You want me to take that?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Well, to a certain extent, I mean, it is a small sacrifice, right? I mean, because you have your obligations and your full time job. But Nucamp actually offers a hybrid format. So pretty much from Sunday to Friday, you have that much time to complete the tasks that are given to you. So that's pre-recorded video lectures, completing, coding challenges and exercises, and a short quiz at the end just to kind of help you evaluate yourself. Um, all that they ask is that you complete it prior to the day of your workshop. It used to be only on Saturdays, but for the March 27th cohort coming up, you can also you have the option of joining on Sundays now. But you'll always have 6 days, and you do it at your own time and on your own pace. All that we ask is that you complete the tasks so that when you show up to the workshop, you're good to go.
Yeah, that's right. And so the it's been designed. I mean, we from the beginning, Nucamp was built for busy working professionals. Um, so there's definitely a potential for struggle, as you said. There's also options to pause and reschedule, right? So part of how we built a Nucamp is recognizing that life happens. Bless you. Life happens, and so you may be just good for a month, but then something happens. You have to take care of whatever, and you need to pause and resume the month after. So we allow that as well. The fundamentals course, it's short enough for you to evaluate all that. It's going to be 4 weeks. You're going to see how you can stay committed for a period of 4 weeks. Every other bootcamp after that are split in sections of 4 to 5 weeks. So if you do Fullstack, you're going to start with, the first module is going to be 5 weeks. So you need to, at least I would say, try to stay committed for that module, and then push out the rest. It's not great to stop in the middle of something. And so it's really every 4 weeks, every 5 weeks, you have an option to continue, resume later, and things like that. Yeah, but it's a commitment. It's 10 to 20 hours a week. So it is a commitment. All right, Curtis is asking, for the Fullstack Bootcamp, what is a good roadmap for getting the owner cert?
You want me to take that one?
Do you want whatever? Whatever
Well,
works.
I'm okay. Well, as far as a good roadmap, one thing I always tell prospective students is to, as you're going through the boot camp, don't do what I did, which was I waited until I completed the boot camp before I started working on a portfolio project, which
Yeah.
is you don't want to do that. It does ask for more time and effort, and sometimes you just don't have it. But you definitely want to constantly be building portfolio projects, even if they're small or ugly looking at first. That's fine, because you can always change it later on. But to really solidify your understanding and knock that honor certificate out of the park, I would recommend doing that.
Yeah, that's great point. Yeah, don't wait too long. Start from the beginning. We prompt you. We actually have activities very early on saying, hey, think about a project. Here are some samples, and you want to follow that. And then the honor cert is really for you to record a 5-minute video that really goes over your project, goes over the code, what it does. It's a practice for you to pitch it to potential hiring managers. You Oops. Oh, no pinned. There we go. You're welcome, Nathan. We have a follow-up question from Justice. How math-based are these positions boot camps? Let me take that one. They're they're not really. Like if you, it's logical based. It's not math based. So you have to have a logical mind. By that I mean being able to deconstruct problems or think logically. Like uh, typical questions. I don't know actually what a logical problem will be, to just as an example right now, but you know, Drew gives Ludo $10. How many pieces of chocolate can I eat if a piece of chocolate costs $2? Right? It's like logical problems like that, but it's really not math based, unless you're going for game development, and then there's a lot of math and physics and stuff like that. But not for web development, really not.
Ooh, Ludo, you got this one.
Yeah, I got this one. So I'll show you what we're doing with AI. I'm super excited and scared about this. So should we be concerned with the advancements of AI? So I think AI. So my answer is yes, not just for web developers, for everyone, everywhere. I think what we're seeing here is not the replacement of web developers or white collars jobs with AI. Although that may lead to that, what we're seeing is a jump in productivity like we've never seen before. And that means that one developer may be able to do 10 times more in the future than what that one developer can do today. Now, you still need a developer, and the AI is not going to code everything perfectly for you. It's like, it's a Stack Overflow on steroids. It's a Google search on steroids. So it's not going to replace, but it's going to make everyone's developer so much more productive that, I don't know, maybe we'll need less web developer. Well, at the same time, we know how things goes. You think you need less, but then everybody needs more web developers, and so maybe that's going to balance out. But I have two kids myself, 17 and 13, and one is going to college next year, and I'm seriously wondering about his future, because that productivity jump that we're seeing right now, and I kid you not, it's a 50%, maybe, I mean, between 25 to 50% productivity jump. I don't know what that's going to mean, and I don't know how it's going to benefit or not humanity. And there's a lot of people that are worrying about that. And so, yeah, should you be concerned? I guess you could. The thing is, it's not in our control. And that concern that you may have today for web developers, you're going to have it tomorrow for anywhere. everywhere, every time. At what's the name of that movie? It's going to be everywhere. And so you actually, at the end of the day, the concern is fair, but there's nothing that we can do really about it, and it's going to happen. And so you probably want to remove that from the equation, and continue forward. That's my thinking. What do you think, Drew?
I don't know. I mean, we always approach stuff like this as skeptics, like you remember the .com boom? Like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh, if you don't have a website, you don't exist, right?
yeah.
And then
And then
you know,
everybody had a
it's,
website, and it wasn't an issue.
yeah, and then now it's not an issue. We just kind of, we use it to our advantage now, right? Like if so, but with the AI, I mean, like you said, it's gonna add a lot of productivity, and it's kind of scary because it can kind of answer questions way better than some humans can.
Hmm.
Like it actually feels, but um, it's just it's still technology, and it's all about who's wielding it and how it's being used. So
Yeah, that's right.
you know,
I had a very interesting experience lately with ChatGPT. I wanted to build a piece of code using a framework that I didn't know,
mhm.
and using APIs that I didn't know. And I just asked ChatGPT, "Hey, I need to do this. I need to build it using this." It was related to Discord and other stuff, and processing speech. I've never used those. I could learn, but I've never used them. And I said, just, hey, can you code it for me? And so ChatGPT wrote it. It was buggy though, so that code still doesn't work. But all of a sudden, you feel like Neo in the Matrix. Like when he says, "I know kung fu,"
Kung Fu.
you're like, shit. I know, I know Discord. I know speech. You feel like all of a sudden you've accumulated that knowledge, even though you really haven't.
Yeah.
And the thing isn't really perfect. It doesn't work. Like I can't really make it work. But it is that holy smokes moment. Definitely.
Mhm.
All right, we have more questions. Cool. I continue. Keep going. So Liana is continuing. Yeah. So how many hours of coursework is expected a week per week for the web dev count? I'll start with 1 to 2 hours a day. In the last 2 weeks, I'll say 1 to 3 hours a day. So it's a big deal. It's like it's your evenings, right?
Mhm.
So there's that. I Frankenstein in his site and make it work. That's pretty cool.
That's one way to learn, man.
Yeah. What would you What would you say the good course to take for that person?
We actually we have a link. Since you've already been building websites for many years now,
Oh
the
yeah,
most
that's a good one.
advanced bootcamp that we offer is the Fullstack bootcamp. We have a really there you go. It's a really short quiz. I'm pretty sure you'll probably ace it, but Nucamp at least recommends getting at least 85% or higher, and it's once you get that score, then you could register directly to the full stack bootcamp without
Yeah.
having to do the web fundamentals first.
Yeah, exactly. I think you broke down a little bit here, Drew.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
Oh,
your video was choppy. Your audio came through perfectly though. That's okay. So yeah, I mean it's nucamp.co/test yourself. If you score 85% or more, you can register straight to full stack. If you score less, you probably want to take the 4 week introduction bootcamp. Which bootcamp is recommended for someone wanting a role as a quality analyst?
mm,
Oh, QA.
mhm.
Does that stands for quality analyst? QA? Quality assurance? No?
Assurance.
Assurance.
Yeah, it's quality analyst, quality assurance.
Yeah, that's right. Um, I would say, geez, pretty much either one. Uh, I mean, you want to know the basics of development.
Mhm.
You want to be a developer to be a good QA as well. So I'll say either the full stack or the boot or the back end. Back end, I would say is more integrated with deployment. And oftentimes a QA will actually have a role in the deployment of something. So you may actually want to start with the Python Bootcamp because it's going to really make you aware of all the deployment phases and how to actually participate in that. And there's actually some QA test in that bootcamp. So probably actually now that I think about it, probably the Python one would be the more appropriate. Yeah. Right. How about this one, Drew?
um, I won't say no, but I won't say yes either. The 4 weeks is basically um, fundamental, the fundamentals. So it's the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You could take that boot camp and then um, just really solidify everything that you learn and just go beyond what we teach. And you could, probably get an entry level position like as a HTML email developer or something like that. But if you're looking to work for like a small to medium sized business company, you're gonna want to have a lot more JavaScript under your skill set,
Yeah, it's going to be
which
tough.
the fundamentals doesn't go deep enough.
That's right. Yeah, 4 weeks. It's going to be tough to just get a job like that, But yeah, there's like you could be lucky, or you could find someone who just wants help with their WordPress website or building emails. Not a lot of people actually can do that, and even for those positions, the competition may be tough. You
Mhm.
may actually have to compete with people who actually know more than you. So yeah, if your goal is to get an entry level position, you really don't want to stop at the 4 week course. You could start there. You're welcome, Yona. I hope we're gonna see you in our bootcamp. And we have, oh, by the way, Yona, you should know. I don't know if you've noticed that, but let me bring it back. Fantastic news is we've just replenished the Women in Tech Scholarship that's 100% funded by Google. And so since we've created that scholarship, this is huge, by the way. I think we opened it last September, and we've already awarded almost 100K of scholarships. And then we have another 100K that just dropped. And it's there up until it's we don't have any more funds. So Yona, you probably will qualify. There's a few steps you want to take. So check that page out, and yeah, and hopefully we'll see you in our boot camps. Take advantage of the Women in Tech scholarship from Google. We do.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that one, Drew?
Yeah,
That's the first course that we have
actually,
for.
serious. The backend with Python actually starts off with Python fundamentals, and you actually do touch upon data structures and algorithms.
Let me demo it as
So
you talk
yeah,
about it.
we actually do have a course, and Ludo just pulled it up,
Yeah,
and
let's.
you'll see the
There we
first
go.
week.
The first 5 weeks.
I mean the first section,
Yeah,
not the first week. The first section.
yeah, that's the one.
There you go.
Python fundamentals, data structures, and algorithms. First 5 weeks of the Python bootcamp.
Mhm.
Let's actually go into the details. Then we touch on SQL with PostgreSQL. That's 4 weeks. Then we do DevOps with all three clouds, which is pretty cool. It's DLC, CI/CD, deployment to AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. All right. Hector is here. Hey, friend.
Hey, Hector.
All right. Next question from Kelly. You want to take that one, Drew?
Mm. Well, I wouldn't say any other language. As far as the concepts, it's like I just have three that I could recommend. JavaScript. The second one is JavaScript, and the third one is JavaScript.
I was
Um,
hoping you were going to
the
say
full
that.
stack course, it's very JavaScript heavy,
Yeah.
and you really want to have that the foundation down before you even get to the React portion. Only just so that you'll have a lot more fun and learning the newer concepts, the way React does stuff, and then from there you'll move on to React Native and then Node.js. But yeah, just having really solid JavaScript skills and understanding of it is going to make you more than well rounded.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Yeah. JavaScript, JavaScript, JavaScript. There you go. As am I taking the full stack bootcamp, would it be beneficial to take the Badcamp course after? It. I mean, there's no downside. Absolutely not. It's actually touching on very different things. Uh, so the full stack bootcamp, it's, as you said, JavaScript, React heavy. There's a backend element to it, but it's JavaScript based. It's Node.js. It's Express. It's not SQL. It's MongoDB, which is a NoSQL type of thing. So it's very much a different type of backend. And then the backend bootcamp, which is with Python, it's Python data structure and algorithm, SQL as we talked about it, and so that's actually why. Let me actually bring it back as well. That's why we have what we call the complete software engineering bootcamp, which is very much us connecting all those dots together and having you start with. We have you start with the web development fundamentals, then backend, then full stack, then job hunting. You could actually flip it. You can flip the order. So you can start with web dev if I register here. And then you can decide to go with backend first or then full stack next. And so you'll just, that's what you'll do then. So yeah, there's absolutely no downside in doing everything. The whole thing is 11-month long. And it's pretty much a college alternative. Like you don't need to go to college or get a computer science degree. You can just do that and be just all set. All right. Hey, not a lot of people are taking us on this offer to join. You and I, Drew,
Okay.
live.
Oh,
Oops, sorry, I
oh,
pressed the wrong
oh! I
button.
thought I dropped out
Yeah,
of
no, no,
the.
sorry, it's me. Not a lot of people are kind of following that link. But if you do, url.nucamp.co/dial in, you're gonna be right here, like where I am, and no, where it is. There you go. Where Drew is. You're gonna be on the screen, streamed live with us, microphone and camera on, and we can have a chat. And very often when people do that, it's quite fun. I'm really enjoying it. All right, so maybe you're gonna do it. url.nucamp.co/dial in. All right. Oh, lots of questions. I love that. Okay, Casey is saying, I'm interested in the data analytics side, but on the job that I'm looking at most have Tableau or Power BI requirement. I don't see those listing on the programs here. We don't really offer a data analytics, data science type of thing. That's probably why you're not seeing that here. It's our plan. What we offer is what you need to know before you can even get into data analytics. Really, data analytics assumes that you have really great foundations of programming, that you have great foundations of data structure, that you know SQL, that you know how to create tables, relationships between data. And so we teach that. Then once you have that, you can use Python to create schemas that will then be used for analytics purposes. But we haven't gotten to that part yet. All right, next question here from Rainmaker. How many basic programs apps will we write per each stage of the entire bootcamp phase? The stage where we work in groups in the remote course. Oh, great. I'll take that one. So there's there's a overarching project that you do. That overarching project is called Nucamp Camp. No, I forgot. Um, it's Nucamp. It's, how do we call it? Is Chrisa here? Or maybe a student? Help me out.
Right, let me.
All right. Maybe someone is okay. It's pretty much a camping, Nucamp camping or something. Um, so we have you create the website, the UI in Bootstrap. Then we have it. You add dynamic to it with React. Then it becomes a web app. Then we add the backend. Then we add authentication. There's a whole, pretty much we have you build Nucamp site, I guess. Yeah. Then we have you build pretty much a professional site that really stands on its own. That's the learning project. We break it down every week into assignments. So every week you're working towards that Uber website. Then on top of that, you have weekly exercises to understand the concepts. And then on top of that, you build your own project that's kind of mimicking the path that you're on. So when we teach you, I don't know, authentication for that new campsite, then you're going to add authentication to your own project site. You work in groups on Saturday during the workshop, and those groups, you actually decide how much you want to work in groups on your project. So you can do actually a solo project, or you can work on that project with a group. So it's kind of up to you. But yeah, it's so when you think about our Fullstack bootcamp being 22 weeks, it's one giant project that you keep improving week over week, and that's what you work on the weekly assignments. And we really love it, and our students and instructors love it, because it's not a series of tutorials that don't connect to one another. Like you're gonna do Google Maps one day, and then you're gonna do tic-tac-toe on another day. No. It's real professional stuff where you really build a full app, back end, front end. You deploy it when you're doing Python and everything. So yeah, that's the gist of it. Yeah, Nathan, about AI in software development. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is we're living a very exciting and scary times with AI, and what ChatGPT has showed us. There's just nothing we can do about it. And it's just not, software developers. I would say maybe actually even less software developers. It makes software developers more productive. But boy, if I was a paralegal or lawyer, I'll be worried. I mean, how fast can you just do, paralegal stuff or write paralegal documents without a paralegal anymore? So there's actually a bunch of, um, white collar jobs are going to be the most impacted, but all of them. And it's all about additional productivity. It's not that you're going to replace, 100%. It's just you're going to become so much more productive that, hey, maybe when we needed 3 people, we're going to need 2 now. You want to take that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, uh, Kaung, you basically before your as long as your front end is still ongoing, you just go to your nucamp.co/profile, and then on the top right you should see a change button,
Yeah.
and you should have the option to either A, uh, cancel or drop out, B, retake or reschedule, and C, the opportunity to upgrade from front
Right.
end
Let
to
me
full
see if I
stack.
can show that. We're like, I'm in the development environment here. Yeah. Okay. Let me share actually something here. So
Okay.
that's how it looks. So this is our dev. So hey, I'm in front end, or I was in front end. And I don't know if it's going to allow me because the date has passed. So let's see, change. Now, okay, hold on. Let me see if I find another one. There we go. Yeah, okay, that one is good. From December to April, if I change, I can do upgrade. And so you click upgrade, and all of a sudden your bootcamp turns from front end to being full stack, just like
Magic.
that. Yeah. Shh. All right. Yes, scholarship. Google Women in Tech Scholarship. Check it out. It's pretty cool. Okay, so serious. I finished the course actually. Oh, brilliant. Chase, yeah, ETSE program and failed the hacker rank portion in the interview process. I've been sitting for some times and I wish I had an instructor. Did you finish which one did you finish? The Python? And then by the way, we also have, so we reinforce data structure and algorithm in the job hunting bootcamp. So we teach you. You probably would have wanted to take the job hunting bootcamp serious. Maybe you did. I don't know. But that's also where we help you prepare for those interviews, and um, we do the interview process, and we do the algorithm practice of algorithm and data structures here. We have you do the lead code ad nauseum. Like actually, students are asking us to stop pushing them to do so much lead code in this bootcamp, but that's pretty much what we have to do. And then we have an instructor. So maybe that's it. You probably want to try that one. Yes. JavaScript, JavaScript, JavaScript. Repeat after me. JavaScript, JavaScript, JavaScript. We need to get back to that. There was a ton of hackathon during COVID. They kind of all went away. We want to do more. We need to do it. Um, we do advertise some of that sometimes. It's not consistent though. We have a partnership with Major League Hackathon, Major League Hack or something like that. But more could be done in that space, definitely. Oh, Curtis says he already has a CS degree. Brilliant. Oh, geez. So you know what? I've never thought about that, Drew. Like that, the answer to that question is changing all of a sudden because before we were going to tell you, Curtis, hey, you cannot be in two places at once, right? And so because we had that Saturday workshops and you had to attend one or the other, but now it's not true anymore. Someone could actually do both boot camps at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could register for Fullstack on a Saturday with the workshop on a Saturday, and then backend with a workshop on a Friday or a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it's possible. I've never thought of that.
Yeah.
So I would say though, only do it if you don't have a job, right? If you are planning to be full time, then it could be doable. It would be a lot of context switching, though. I don't know. I mean, you could go crazy trying to do that.
Maybe. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
or maybe not. But I see you. You will be devoting full time hours to the camp. Hey, it is actually doable. Like technically, it is doable. I don't know that we've had. Like, I'm actually pretty sure we haven't had a student try it because that option to select a different day, a different time. Um, yeah. So there you go. Oh, hey, Drew, your video your connection doesn't seem too good, but it's okay.
Oh.
Hey, we have Nathan joining us. Look at that. Hey, Nathan, I'm going to bring you onto the floor.
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Very good.
Zero
It's great to
complaints.
see
Thank you for
you.
asking.
I can hear you just fine. I've wired in.
Okay.
There's
Hey,
a slight delay
oh, you have a delay?
for my speech.
It could be because if you still have us playing on YouTube, or if you still have us playing on wherever you are listening to us, you will actually have a delay between being here in a Restream and hearing us in YouTube. There's like a 6-7 seconds delay. So I don't know if that's the case, but hey, welcome
Okay, I've
anyways.
switched over to.
Oh, there we go. Well, We've lost Nathan. Oh, there he is. He's back. Nathan, you're back.
Whoa, what's wrong with my signal?
Hey Nathan, can you hear us? Is it working? We're gonna have to let you go. Come back whenever you feel ready, and have your question ready. Yeah, Nathan is gone again.
Oh.
All right, let's continue with the questions here. What happens if I? Oh, I've lost Drew now. What's going on? Okay, all right. Let me try to. Hey, what's going on, Drew?
Oh, there. Whoa.
Yeah, I
I don't know
lost
what
you for a
happened. It
sec.
just disconnected. My
Yeah, you
signal's
got
strong again.
disconnected. Yeah. Okay, what happens if I finish a module but haven't mastered the subject? Is there any option to retake? Yeah, you
Yes.
wanna take that one, Drew?
If you don't finish a module and you haven't mastered the subject, there's as long as your bootcamp is ongoing, yes, you always have the option to retake and reschedule.
Sure.
And the instructors do give their office hours throughout the week, to kind of help you out in case you get stuck or lost. Um, and yeah, they do give personalized feedback for whenever you turn in your workshop assignments.
Yeah.
Yeah, they provide personalized feedback.
Yeah, and that's really the whole point of having students grouped in classes of max 15 students so that the instructor can really give personalized attention to each one of them. All right, Nathan is back. All right, Nathan, welcome again.
Thank you.
Can you hear us? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you just fine.
Awesome. All right, do you have a question for us?
Maybe feedback on the. I mean, like I can tell you very briefly the story of. I almost have a minimum viable product version of my portfolio that I'm about to push out. I can tell the story very briefly, if that would be helpful for the audience.
Well, it depends. We don't have much time. We only have 10 minutes left. But what if you skip? Like, what is it that you would like to ask us?
I don't have a lot of questions. So I just figured I'd take you up on the invitation to dial in. Thanks for everything you're doing, and I'll try some other time.
I appreciate that, Nathan.
Hey,
Good luck with the
time to join us,
MVP.
man. We appreciate it.
Good luck with the MVP. Let us know on Discord when you have it published, okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Boy, we have tons of questions coming in. So Lena enrolled in the Fullstack April class. Can I use different computers for the Saturday class? Yeah, I don't see why not. Different computers from what exactly? Oh, I know what you're saying. So you would have a computer during the week and then a different computer on Saturdays. I think that's what you're saying. You're going to want to use Git all the time, Git and GitHub. So watch out for those, in the course you're going to be taught about Git and GitHub. That's what's going to allow you to have those two computers synchronized in terms of the code that you have there and everything. So do that. And we have another guest. All right, Vin, I can see you. I'll bring you onto the floor. Have a conversation with us. Hey, Vin.
Hey guys, I
Hey.
appreciate y'all having this. I just checked my email, so I'm a little late.
That's okay.
No worries.
Do you have a question for us?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying coding in JavaScript and vanilla CSS and HTML, like just for fun as a hobby.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I would be skilled at making professional products on a team.
Mm-hmm.
But I just sort of do it for fun, and I don't know how to assess if it's right for me, the career.
Well, so have you been in a professional setting doing that yet or not?
No.
No. And obviously, I would say you won't know until you do it, until you're hired as a software engineer and you see what it's like. I guess the closest you'll get to experience that is being in a classroom with other students working together on a project
Okay.
and seeing how you enjoy that. I mentioned before as well, we're going to really have you work on a project from beginning to end over, if you take full stack, over 22 weeks, right?
Okay.
So it's more than just dabbling. It's more than just doing tutorial. It's really working, on a project, on a really complex project with other people. So
Okay.
that could be a good way to evaluate if you're going to like that or not.
Yeah. And is there a room in coding for other than just working on commercial products?
So yes, there's a ton of internal apps at companies that need developers. So not the app that are going to be directly exposed to end customers and used to drive revenue or sales. There's a ton of internal development needed to just have the employees of those companies be productive.
Oh,
They're not
okay.
revenue generating. That's what we call the IT department, pretty much. There's
Mm.
when you think about the traditional company IT department, typically you're going to have the developers and then you're going to have the infrastructure guys, right?
Yeah.
Developers, infrastructure, two, and more, it's less infrastructure, more developers.
Mm. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys.
You're very,
I
very welcome.
appreciate
Oh,
y'all's
hey,
mission.
thank you
It
for
was
hopping
great to
on,
have
man.
you on.
Appreciate it.
I
Yeah, it was
always like.
nice.
It's pretty cool. I love when people join us like that. Always fun.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. How many more questions we have? Well, we have a ton. Okay, let's try it. We have 7 minutes left. Maybe we can do
Okay.
this. Let's see.
What's next?
All right. Huh. Jesus. Yeah. It's that question really doesn't have a great answer. How much difference can one make from just front end versus full stack in terms of getting hired? I have my opinion on that, but love to hear your thoughts, Rue.
Um, well, I mean, when you separate the two, front end is basically just all the stuff that you see with your eyes, right? And then full stack would be both the things that you could see with your eyes and the things that you cannot. Um, as far as what we offer, front end and full stack is front end is basically a subset of the full stack with an additional 4 extra weeks to learn back end server side programming. Um, but in terms of getting hired, um, yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to answer that because even if I knew your exact location, it would really, I guess, be in terms of the skills if they match the the demand in your local area, right?
That's right.
So as far as in terms of getting hired, I mean, you're obviously you're not promised a job, right? So you have to constantly build upon your skill set, whether or not you choose to do the front end or the front and the back at the same time. But I mean, to just have experience with the front and the back, that makes you a little bit more well-rounded, and it makes you more, I guess, employable.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. The way I think about it is when you're a full stack developer, you're a jack of all trades. And often you don't expect a full stack developer to be a magnificent front end developer. What I mean by that is a great front end developer is someone who's really good at UI, at design, at building beautiful, websites and beautiful designs. And a really good front end developer that can do that, that can really be a designer and a front end developer, will always have a job in my mind, right? But that So you'll have to have that level to just stop at front end. You'll have to be really good at design to really differentiate yourselves and really get a even higher chance of being hired. Full stack, you don't have to be a great designer. You just have to be able to implement a great design that someone else will have done for you. And you're going to be able to do that plus the back end of it. So that's kind of how I think about it. Stop at front end if you're a really, really good front end developer and designer. Then, yeah, maybe you don't need to be a full stack guy or gal. But if you're not that, full stack will help. Okay, what language would you recommend to focus on the most today when someone wants to create augmented reality apps or immersive experience software? Whatever language the hardware, or I guess Oculus and Facebook is asking you to use. I actually don't know what that is. I think, is it Unity? Do you know, Drew?
No, Unity is what they use for like videos and games.
Yeah.
No, augmented reality is like they have those apps where you can have like a Pokemon on your desk, or wherever you face your camera, you can have like a little that's augmented reality.
Yeah, I gotcha. I want to copy what. Can I copy it? Because you know what I want to do. Do you know what I want to do? No.
Yeah, I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do.
All right, let's do it. I want to ask ChatGPT, and I'm going to use the Okay, so the question is, what language would you recommend to create augmented reality apps or immersive experience software? Oops. All right, let's see what ChatGPT will say. Okay, there you go. See, oh, that's right. Ah, see what I told you.
Oh yeah,
Unity as well.
Sorry,
Yeah, you're in a 3D world, right? So C# and Unity with the Arc Core Android and iOS Swift. Really? What about what Facebook does? This is all mobile apps, isn't it? I don't know if you noticed, but GPT-4 is much slower than GPT 3.5. Like it takes the 4 and ages to write this. I'm actually surprised so far he hasn't mentioned anything that would work on the Oculus Rift from Facebook. All of that seems to be very
Unreal, yeah.
very web-based or mobile-based. Maybe it's the same, I guess. I don't know. Huh. All right. We'll see later. Okay, we're almost done. All right, so hey, Eugene. Oh, no. Oh, in Eugene. There we go.
I was about to say the same thing. Hey, Eugene.
Yeah, Curtis wants to be the guinea pig trying to register for 2 bootcamps at once. Well, I'd love to know how it goes. So stay in touch on Discord. And if you don't go crazy, let us know, please. If you do go crazy as well. All right, cool. All right, Zandra is here. Antonal Abs. Okay, hey, what's a question for me? What Ludo's opinion is regarding demand and competition in the front-end development field at this time? I don't really have a strong opinion on that. I kind of shared earlier. I think if you're a fantastic front-end with very strong design skills, I think you're going to be in a different league. I would think it's for the majority is going to be tougher to just be a front-end. Because really there's less opportunities to differentiate yourselves if you don't have exceptional design skills. if you're just front end and you don't have exceptional design skills, it's going to be harder for you. Now, I don't know about the demand and the competition at this stage in that field, to be honest with you. I think web development is still pretty broad, and a lot of people really are still more inclined to hire full stack because they want someone that has that versatility, I will think. But that's very much a raw opinion. Hey, we're out of time. Drew, it was awesome to have a chat with you. Before we go, remember, we have an early bird coming up. It's one of the reasons why we have those open houses. Let me actually show you what I mean by that. What I mean by that is if you want to register for Python, the Python Bootcamp, that's starting when? That's starting, where is it now? That's starting on April 3rd. If you register up until the 20th, which is 3 days from now, that's going to be the price you pay, $2,100, so $354 per month. After that, so next Tuesday, if you register after that, you're going to pay that price, which will be kind of silly. You don't want to do that. So if you want to start on the April 3rd, like register today, register tomorrow, you have until Monday night to register and get that price, that tuition level. So that's pretty much why also we have those conversations here to help you decide. Drew, as always, it's been a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. Oh, forgot to do something. There you go.